Welcome everybody. Great to see a whole lot of students here today. This is an important part of our economy, so I hope you're going to pay attention to everything that's done today and said. I understand the Chief Executive is supposed to be here also. Chief Executive of Nosori Town Council, Mr. Azam Khan, Provincial Administrators, PS Agriculture, and all the officials from the Ministry of Agriculture. The sponsors of 2015 Central Division Agriculture Show, farmers and the people of Tailevu, Rewa, and Naitasiri, ladies and gentlemen, Bulvinaka. I'm actually delighted to be here this morning to deliver the opening remarks for this auspicious occasion for two reasons. One, because agriculture has formed such an important part of our economy. And the second reason is very personal. Minister Seriratu happens to be a great friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's 2015 Agriculture Show theme is Sustain Our Soil and Nourish Our Nation, Reaffirm Our Future. It was derived from this year's International Year of Soils, from Healthy Soil for a Healthy Life, as declared by the United Nations. On the 19th of May this year, Fiji joins the rest of the world in celebrating the International Year of Soils. Soil is a major resource for agriculture production. Therefore, healthy soil is critical to sustainable agriculture. Without healthy soil, life on Earth would be unsustainable. And soil provides a vital ecosystem and the basis for food, feed, fiber, and medical products, important for human well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, the agriculture sector in Fiji is emerging from predominantly subsistence-based and on average contributes to about 8% of the GDP and accounts for 3.8% of domestic exports. The main commodities include root crops such as dalo, cassava, yams, sweet potatoes in Yangona, tropical fruits such as pineapple, papaya, mango, vegetables, ginger, rice, tobacco, and coconut products. The performance of this sector continues to be challenged by a combination of factors such as vulnerability to natural disasters, incursion of pests and diseases, inadequate infrastructure, high costs of production and transportation, and poor husbandry and farm management practices, to name a few. Revitalization of the domestic is at the heart of the Fijian government's strategy for the rural sector, focusing on growth and poverty alleviation. The government's focus has extended to modernization of the agriculture sector through the adoption of the Fiji 2020 Agriculture Sector Policy Agenda, which focuses on the following key objectives. One is to build a modern agriculture in Fiji as an organized system of producing, processing, and marketing crops, livestock, and agricultural products. Two, to develop integrated production, processing, energy and transport infrastructure support system for agriculture. Three, to improve delivery of agriculture support services and enhance capabilities to generate funds and secure investment through foreign investment, public-private partnerships, and other innovative business arrangements. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to fulfill these objectives, all government departments and agencies are working together to develop the best policies in partnership. My ministry has the Fijian Trade Policy Framework, and it has identified the need to negotiate more pathways for our agriculture exports to give you farmers more market opportunities. This is why you actually see Minister Seriratu and myself out when we do go overseas. This is the main focus. In order, ladies and gentlemen, to stimulate investment in the agriculture sector, the Bainimarama government, amongst other initiatives, has removed duties on farm machinery and instruments, subsidies and the cost of fertilizer, feed and chemicals, and cost sharing on farm mechanization. Additionally, the Fijian Made by Fijian campaign has also created a brand that is widely recognized by Fijians and other key trading partners. It is a brand that assures quality and high standards. Through this campaign, we are also trying to create synergies between the agriculture sector and other sectors such as tourism, whereby hotels source Fijian-grown produce. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to share something with you. Just last week, we were at a formal function, and the most excited man at the table was the Minister for Agriculture. And no, it was only one reason, and the reason was that the entire menu contained 90% of Fijian-grown products. And to him, that was a very proud achievement, and that's in the tourism sector. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to take the Fijian Made by Fijian campaign a step further. We're actually looking at now something which is called Fijian Organic. The demand for organic fruits and vegetables is increasing as the global consumers are getting more health and environment conscious. Therefore, we are working on developing criteria for Fijian produce to be licensed as Fijian organic. And this is something that both the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism works with at the moment with the Ministry of Agriculture. This brings us back to the theme for this year's Agriculture Show, which is sustain our soul and nourish our nation and reaffirm our future. In order to obtain an organic certification and to be able to demand premium price for your produce, you need to sustain the soil. The nourishment of the soil needs to be free of harmful chemicals. One great example, ladies and gentlemen, of the kind of soil that we have, and I can tell you this, is we have ginger in this country that is 500 times more powerful than any other ginger in the world. So there you go, there's some incentive. And that comes from soil, which is virgin soil. Ladies and gentlemen, farming in Fiji is increasingly being forced onto steeper slopes because of the expansion of cash cropping and the unsustainable land use practices have led to nature's inability to protect the country from natural disasters such as floods. The extent of the problem is such that the soil loss measurements clearly demonstrate that the agricultural productive base in many sugarcane areas and with ginger and dalo on slopes is running down at a rate that is well above what would be regarded as economically acceptable. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, especially you children, your future is in your hands. How you till your land, what you put in the soil, and how you look after the land. Research has proven that we are losing approximately 50 tons of topsoil per hectare per year due to the unsustainable land use practices. Ladies and gentlemen, soil is a natural resource that is not easily renewed. Sustainable soil management should be a priority for all. Unless new approaches are adopted, the global amount of arable and productive land per person in 2050 is estimated to be only 1/4 of the level in 1960. This year's Agriculture Show provides the Ministry of Agriculture the platform to advocate the importance of sustainable management of the land to secure a long-term and viable future. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a great minister, a great agriculture minister. Follow his lead, and nourish our nation. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure to officially open the 2015 Central Agriculture Show. Thank you.